just a bloke in a bar.
You looking at Eminem's fucking...
Just seeing how well received his latest album was, mate.
Well, it still gets heaps of sales, but, you know, the young kids are always like, fucking old cunt. Like,
Yeah.
fucking
Give me a
like-
little yachty.
Well, even he's an old cunt now.
Well, yeah, he might be an old.
Who's Little Yachty?
I don't know, dude. It's just a name I thought was
50. Eminem's 50 now.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck, they can't give it away, can they?
You got to be young and cool to have like cool raps, you know? Like when he was young and cool, his shit was cool.
Why are young people automatically cool? Like, why can't it be old people that are cool?
I know, but it's just like there's something about like the
Old people are
inspiration
daggy,
of
dude.
the young. I don't know. It
Yeah,
seems
but like
they're
it's just like,
cooler.
oh yeah, you're young, you're cool, you're old, you can't be cool. That's bullshit.
Yeah, look,
Plenty
it
of old
is.
cool cats.
There are. You're right.
You never call a young person a cool cat, but you call an old person a cool cat.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how you are choosing to age that can potentially dictate how cool you are.
There's not many things that old people can do where they're trend setters.
Which is like, why not? They got all the
For
experience.
example, Elton John's new music, like his new music, no one fucking listen. He did one song, but that was with
That's the only
Dua
way.
Lipa.
Yeah, the only
Dua
way.
Lipa.
Yeah,
Great song.
Without Dua Lipa, no one listens to that song.
But also it's also like his old song sort of weaved back into a Dua Lipa track. But
Yes.
like the
Correct.
only way Elton, and this is no shot across the bow at Elton, good friend of ours, like the only way that he's
Good,
sort
close
of
personal
close
friend.
personal friend, stay on his yacht. He needs to align himself with fucking cool young people to like, because he's like, oh, he's had a #1 in the charts every decade since his first one, something like that. And it's like, yeah, well, you're doing that because you're partnering with Dua Lipa and Panau.
So do
Cold,
you think
cold
we
heart.
need to start partnering with 18-year-old
Yeah.
Eventually,
podcasters?
Yeah.
Eventually, we will be shown the door like everyone else. I think the only people that are still moving the needle in terms of trend setting would be people in fashion.
Like old, because the fashion designers, they're all old people.
They're not always, but like you can be old and get away with it.
Or
Whereas
like-
everything else, you're fucked.
Music producers. So like Dr. Dre's not really rapping anymore, but you see Dr. Dre, you're like, he's cool.
Yeah, but the producers, I just like fucking, they'd still be pretty young, bro.
No, I'm saying like older, like Dre would be a producer now.
What does Dre do?
Produce probably.
And just roll
Makes
around in
headphones,
his
rolls around.
squazillions
Yeah.
from Beats by Dre.
I just think that in music,
Jimmy Iovine's pretty cool.
Jimmy Iovine, yeah.
You know what I reckon? I've got a theory. As you get older, the less you talk, the cooler you become.
So you just stop talking.
Mysterious.
Yeah. Like if you've earned your coolness when you're young, get older, shut the fuck up, just be cool.
Because then you stay young in their head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're still the young cool guy, but you just like stop talking. So you become a mute. And you be the coolest guy.
Almost like when you, like, no one wants to die young, but those that do die young stay cool. Like Tupac might be a gimp now. You know what I mean? He might be a massive gimp. He might have weird fucking
Could you imagine if
beliefs.
he went like full?
That's
like,
a great point.
That is a great point.
Yeah.
Which would rob us of the greatness of
Of the
Tupac.
greatness of Tupac. Now he's forever
He's immortalized.
a legend.
Immortalized at what, 23, 24?
He'd have kids and shit. He'd probably say something rogue on like a podcast.
He'd get cancelled.
He'd
He's
get
getting cancelled.
cancelled, man. Like
He would have been cancelled years ago.
Yeah.
Because
he could have got a sugar addiction. Be
Biggie
morbidly
Smalls
obese.
did have one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Biggie did.
Biggie, but then Biggie might have got on a health kick and become some like yoga instructor.
And then he wouldn't have been
Like
Biggie
skinny,
anymore.
wouldn't have been
yeah,
Biggie
skinny
anymore.
Smalls. You're like, wait, what?
It's almost like Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill.
Is he as cool as the fun-loving superbad guy?
No, he's not.
No, and
Okay, yeah.
he doesn't take that. He doesn't take that well.
No, and I'm not saying that it would have been better off had Jonah left this earth at like 22. When he
Not
was at the
saying
height
that.
of- Not
No, no.
saying that.
Not
Just
saying
saying that.
We fell in love with the little chubby kid in Superbad.
Yeah.
All we're saying is, if you die young and you were cool when you died, you are immortalized as that person. You don't go on to become the villain, so to speak.
Or-
Think about Tim Cahill getting roasted in the media right now because he's posting about himself. We've obviously been onto it for fucking decades, but Tim Cahill once the height of fucking Australian obsession. Now it's like
Stop posting about
stop
yourself.
posting your goals on Matilda Day, bro. Like, let's woo up.
Yeah, and stop posting them every day.
Isn't it like you die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain or something?
Yeah, and that's why
what I
I
was
reckon you
going
just
for
go
earlier.
mute. You just go mute and just go off to an island somewhere, enjoy your spoils,
Son your dick.
and then you stay cool.
Or your vagina.
Yeah, son, whatever.
Son, whatever you
genitals
want.
Yeah, you might have both.
Sun your genitals, and if you don't have genitals, sun where they were.
Sun your smooth Barbie doll, Ken doll.
Yeah, sun something. That's the point. Stop talking.
And stay cool.
Yeah.
That's how you stay cool.
Be cool.
You know what's not cool? Did you guys see the Blindside kid is suing his parents
I heard about that.
because it's actually they didn't adopt him. They just conservatorship or something
Yeah,
like
but
that.
I wasn't entirely across, but I thought it was like because he was already 18, you couldn't adopt an 18-year-old, but like conservatorship is, and I don't. This could be completely wrong. I only literally like glanced at this, but like,
Great.
Well, what else do you think I'm going to fucking?
No, that's. Well, I'm saying
exactly
that's
how this
perfect. I'm
works.
saying that's perfect.
That's all we do here.
That's what we
I've
do.
never read a full article in my life.
Yeah, read headlines.
But like a conservatorship, because of the Free Britney movement and a successful movement it was.
It was a fucking.
She actually, I think, is getting a
Unfortunately for her.
divorce.
Yes, she might be because of cheating allegations. But the conservatorship, I think, is like, it's seen as really fucked up because of what happened with Britney, but it may not have been as fucked up as it was. Like, it doesn't mean it's fucked up all the time.
Well, didn't the allegation is that money is owed for the movie.
Yes. And what the thing that I had seen was that potentially the family themselves didn't actually necessarily make a fuckload off the movie either, but someone did, and it wasn't old mate who should have because it was his story.
Yeah.
That could be complete horseshit though.
It wouldn't be the first time that big Hollywood's tried to fuck over the little guy.
Doesn't it just take away the beauty of the world? You just get reminded every day that even the stories that inspire the world are all bullshit.
Yep.
So life's is shit. Sad.
Life's shit.
And
Well,
next-
like I was watching the Lance Armstrong documentary the other day.
Yep.
Great fucking point. Everyone was wearing those Live Strong fucking.
Fucking oath
bands,
they
mate.
were.
Someone I saw a quote on Instagram that said, it was like, Fred Durst was right. Everything is fucked and everybody sucks.
I will say though, the Lance Armstrong argument is the toughest ethical moral argument you could ever have.
I know. This is how I feel about it. It's that I understand that everyone was cheating at the time. I get that. I understand that without the doping, he probably would have won. Maybe not all 7, but he would have definitely won some. Everyone was doping, but it's how he went about it. Like, he was suing people. So his masseuse, who had nothing, single mum, sued the fuck out of her because she said that he had like needle marks and shit. So it was the way he went about it, but the ruthlessness of it.
My argument is, and I'm not sure where I land on this, is like the myth that he created generated millions and millions of dollars to save people's lives.
Yes.
So like, what is worse, him not existing as that mythical creature, lives aren't saved as much, or him being a dick?
No. You take what happened. I think you take what happened for sure.
Yes.
You definitely take what happened.
But
It's
he
but
fucking buried some people.
all I'm saying is that it was all a facade. At least half of it was. That side
it
of
was
it.
a facade.
No, but like him having cancer and inspiring people wasn't.
No.
But him fucking
Being a good
Not
person.
cheating.
But him being a good person, him being a man of the people, him not cheating was
Him
all
being
complete
clean.
bullshit. Yeah.
He was in movies and shit. Like,
He was like one of the biggest people on the planet.
Well, he eclipsed the original Armstrong moon landing
yeah.
fame.
No one knew who the fuck Neil was in the end.
And now Neil, he's the real bloke.
No, Neil's back.
He's back.
Well,
Well, even though he's not.
that's if you believe that anyone landed on the moon, Jeff, which is now we're in a whole different territory.
Okay, hang on a sec. Who brought up the conspiracy on this table? Yeah.
But I'm just talking about, because we're talking about that Lance cheated. There's people out there, not me. I'm pro moon landing.
So you're pro moon landing?
I'm pro moon landing.
So
but
what
I'm
happened?
just saying, oh yeah, fucking oath it did. Shout out to the dish. We had something to do with it. But I'm just saying, people
Shout
out
out to
there,
the dish.
think that maybe that Armstrong's fucking full of shit as well.
Wow.
That
So-
just put Parks on the map.
Do you reckon the Armstrong lie from Lance may have hurt the currency of the truth of the original Armstrong?
Or are you suggesting that Armstrongs by trade are liars?
Could be.
But also great men at the same time.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Great, but
Maybe a little bit,
bad? Great,
Yeah.
but liars? I don't know.
Really ethical.
Potentially. But yeah, it was a reminder, this Lance Armstrong documentary the other day, about how fucking massive he was.
Mate. How weird how to compartmentalize, I'm a piece of shit, but like, hey guys, support each other, get behind people that are suffering. You know what I mean?
competitiveness on like just an unfathomable level.
Speaking of cycling, there's actually a good doc on Netflix, Mark Cavendish. It's
Pom?
recently...
He's a pommy
Yeah,
guy?
he's a pommy. Gun. It's a gun
Sprinter,
doco.
Mark Cavendish.
Gun doco.
Could sprint.
Could sprint. I think he's won the most stages in Tour de France history.
Yeah, heaps of green jerseys.
What's the nature? Is it just about his life and shit, or is there
Yeah,
did he go
so-
through some hardships?
Yeah, he went through some hardship. So it's not just like, oh, cookie cutter, like how good's this guy? Look at his career. Yeah,
Yeah,
everything
right.
was great. No, it tell you all the bad shit that happened, and also shows him in was he a dick? Kinda. He was kind of a dick, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, but that's kind of like what drove him to be great as
Are
well.
they all dicks?
They're
Are like
all
the people
dicks.
at the top of the
Yeah.
tree? Like even MJ was a dick.
Tiger?
Tiger's used
Yeah.
his dick.
You got to be a bit. Oh, did he what? Probably the
He
most.
was the dick.
He was the dick.
Jeez, how much is enough? You know, I'm just a normal bloke. Enough's enough.
What, how much
sometimes.
vagina's enough?
Yeah, like it's just one's good for me.
Well, he had an insatiable appetite.
Listen, some people can't just have one donut, then. You know what I mean? Some people have to have 50. Some people go home before the Matildas last night and their mother-in-law's made in excess of 10 schnitzels and you have 6 of them. You know, some people can't help it. Some people don't have control.
Yeah, okay.
And
Maybe some jelly beans on top.
and then some jelly beans when he gets home.
Yeah, okay.
And he finds in the cupboard.
Okay.
Some people just have no self-control, and I think that must have been Tiger's vagina-based situation.
Well, he was a sex addict.
Yes.
Which I don't even know. Is that a real thing? Can you
I
be a
don't
sex addict, or is that just an excuse for people that
Of particular
like
porn.
slipping it into multiples?
Or just like having sex. Like, I mean, it's not, are you an addict, or is that just like, it's kind of like by design, right? We're meant to want to fuck.
Yeah. I mean, like, we are all technically addicts, right?
We're addicted to living.
I'm addicted to schnitzels.
Anyway, the moral of the story is life is sad. Nothing is true.
Nothing's good.
And anything that you see good didn't happen.
Everything's a lie.
Speaking of that, though, we did see something good last night. Well,
Good and bad.
good and bad.
Life's good, but is it? It's kind of bad at the end.
It's kind of bad because we lost, but it's...
It was a sad ending.
Look, we definitely lost. I'm not going to talk about spiritual wins or anything like that fucking beta shit. But at the same time, the girls were outstanding this series.
Hectic.
World Cup.
They were fucking unbelievable. Last night was a really special night in my life and in the life of the nation, I think. Just everyone foaming at the mouth, literally, collectively, as one. Shame on you to half the country that didn't watch. Fucking big shame on you. That is disgusting
What
behavior.
were you doing? We were saying if you weren't if you didn't have a child like crowning through your vagina and your child, like what's your excuse? When we were at the pub, we saw 3 people at a restaurant outside. Only people in the restaurant having dinner outside. We were like, they were young. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, get behind the girls.
Get inside here. What the fuck are you doing?
You can hear us. Get in here.
And you know what's going on. You're trying to be the cool
Yeah.
cats. You're trying to be cool cats.
You don't care?
Yeah.
What, you think sport's uncouth, do you?
Yeah.
Listen here. You don't get it. You don't get a goddamn thing. Now, it almost like this sort of competition built up to Sam Kerr's goal. That was sort of like our zenith, our moment, I think. Fucking wild stuff.
That goal was insane.
Yeah.
I will say, though...
One of the great goals ever
from
scored.
Purely analytical perspective, they did miss a big opportunity. Like, they had a lot of opportunities to
shit,
score.
yeah.
They didn't
She
play
missed
their
a
best
volley.
footy.
She missed a header.
We defended
Their
like
defense was
shit.
shit.
Our tactics seemed to be just boot it to Sam.
And I think England, you could see that their technical ability was just a step above. And rightly so. Like, A, it's a big country. B, they have a way bigger league than Australia does to bring through talent. Whereas I don't even know if Australia has a professional women's league. Like,
I think it's the W League.
no, but as in, like, do they have squads that are all professional, or do they have like 10 players that are professional?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Because I don't think you can call it a professional league unless it has like everyone has a squad that is fully professional.
Yeah, fair.
Otherwise it's
I don't think it is.
semi-professional.
Yeah, I think it's semi because you got half and half. So it's actually incredible. And immediately someone's going to be typing out, yeah, but a lot of those girls play overseas. Yeah, but that's the tippity top. What you want to be doing is giving every girl an opportunity to come through the ranks to get the best of the best. Yes. Whereas I'm sure there are plenty of girls out there probably going to NRLW when they could be going to W League. So we missed that girl in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
Whereas over in England, like some of the pay with some of those players, they're on like millions, I think.
Yeah, Sam Kerr's on
fucking-
millions.
Yeah. So
Gary Fowler will be on a
the domestic
sweet little
comp.
dime.
The domestic comp here is semi-pro at the moment, with talk of emerging to professional.
It'd have to become professional now, wouldn't it? Like, the government would have to be throwing in some cashish.
Well, they should be using the money fucking generated from this tournament.
you know what I don't
That's what
get?
they should be doing.
And I spoke about this a few weeks ago, and maybe government reach out because you can give me a better explanation. How come we as taxpayers pay for a World Cup, but then we don't get the money back?
As in, like, the money generated.
Yeah, so we pay. So the World Cup comes over. We pay as taxpayers, the stadiums, everything. Where does the profit go?
In the economy,
Well,
does it stimulate the economy?
it's invested.
Does it really though?
It's supposed to be invested back into the economy. That's the idea. So see it as an investment. Then we
But
get
like-
more money, and then that money goes into hospitals and schools.
Have you
and
ever
roads and
have
shit.
you ever at the end of a World Cup, like government come out and go, we made $1 billion profit. This is where it's going.
Well, I see. I don't know how it actually works technically. Like, I know that when the Wallabies put the World Cup on, or Australian Rugby Union put the World Cup on in 2003, they kept like 40 million profit. I think the government see it more as like injection of cash into the economy. So like cafes and pubs and restaurants.
We're just paying for our own money. We're paying for our own money. Like, as in, if it's injection into the economy, that's our own money getting given back to us. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. Is it that we're paying for the rights to it, and then all of the business generated around the World Cup?
Yeah, but okay, if I build a cafe with my money, and then the government goes, "Thanks for building that cafe. You've made $100 profit. Here's that $100." You're going to be like, "But I just built that myself anyway." You know.
Listen,
sort of.
mate. Can I be honest with you? I feel like this might be a bit too dense for my mind to try and unpack like how the
And
money
if it's too
cycle.
dense for your mind, I'm sitting here going, say something.
What
about Schnitzel's
what
gonna
I do know is I'll tell you what I do know.
Should go back into the girls' game.
Tell you what I do
Yes.
know, Denon, is that it was a great investment. That's what I do know. The fact that we've had a World Cup here has been sick. It's been great.
Yeah.
And I'm open to having more of them, please. And let's just hope that the next time they're voting for the male World Cup, maybe FIFA can stop being so fucking corrupt and go, you know what? That was a good World Cup they put on. That was
did it
actually
well.
sick. Let's put it there instead of putting it in tiny little fucking nations where they have to build stadiums that will never get used again. Fucking thousands die constructing them so we can have a tournament for a month. Why don't we just use a country that's got existing stadiums and does it fucking right? Why don't we do that? But alas, it won't happen. We spent
also-
30 million last time to get one single vote. One.
Also-
probably our own. Probably voted for ourselves.
If the World Cup made profit, government put that money back into the girls' game.
Straight
please.
back in.
Please.
Straight back
That's
in.
all I'm asking.
Straight back in, baby.
That's all I'm asking. Reinvest into the girls' game.
But also,
to set it
Dan's asking for some money back.
Yeah. He
and also,
wants to
I want
get-
a refund.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I joke. But yeah, that's what I look at it and go, well,
A dividend.
Is that the normal process? Like, do they get that money back, invest, like they break even the government and then they invest it back into the game that created all that money? Or they take a little bit of a profit because it's a business, whatever, and then it goes back into the game that created and generated that revenue.
Well, again, if I'm going off what the Wallabies did or the ARU did, they kept the money. They kept profit, 40 million of it, and they shit it up the wall. So there should be money in.
Shitting it up a wall's hard as well. Like shitting down a wall,
Well,
pretty straightforward. But
They,
to shit
no,
up
they
a wall.
shit it up
Well,
the wall.
they definitely did because they had momentum, and so they're going up a wall. They're not going down a wall after a World Cup.
No, it was poo
Now
all
look
over
where
the
it
place.
is. So I think that there's money laying around, and what we're saying, in so facto, punters and dribblers, is that the W League should go from semi-professional to professional. That's what we're saying.
And also, what a great setup where it's like completely risk on the people because they're the ones that invest all the money.
You're really off
And if
this,
you-
aren't you? You're really angry.
No,
about
I just
that.
want the girls to get the money.
Yeah, no, I'm happy for that.
Because I'm happy for public holidays. I just think that they literally, the most watched event in Australian history I've read today, 11 point whatever million
Went
people
past
reached.
Cath,
Like,
which I didn't
What?
think could ever be done. Not Cath, not Aussie
not
Cath.
Cath, not the 400
Nah.
that healed a nation.
Gold for the nation.
Yeah.
I think with the Cath one as well, though, like where maybe it was like there were still other seven other people that could have beaten Cath. This was Australia v one. It's like one person is going out here the winner as a winner. So like I wasn't shocked that it beat Cath. I knew we were going to beat Cath last night.
Did ya?
Yeah,
Did ya?
I fucking knew it. I knew it. I think I said it last night. I go, Cath's in humongous trouble.
You did say that. You did.
Okay. But to be fair, she did pass the baton. She went and visited before the World Cup essentially
yeah.
started.
No,
so
Cath's
she
the-
basically gave them
She gave them the blessing.
the blessing to break her record.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
At her stadium.
Yeah.
At her stadium.
She also
Correct.
won.
She did win.
But
You
yeah,
can't
it's
take that away from
amazing.
Cath.
What I
No, you
will say though is, what I think was good for the Matildas is they fucking had a red hot crack. They didn't die trying. They died trying. I think that like throughout the tournament they have sometimes when teams get physical with them, they've struggled to kind of go with them because England were dirty as shit.
They were dirty, right?
Which is
Like-
look, it's part of the game, but jeez Louise.
Yeah.
And the ref just like, yeah, sweet, all good.
Play
all
on.
good.
Whatever. Seemed like we came out in the second half like a bit more of like an attacking mindset. Is that fair to say? Like
Well, I
we should
think-
play like that more of the game.
Yeah, but our normal tactic is to counter attack.
yes.
So it was good tactics at halftime to change that up a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's in hindsight, it's easy to say that. Like we'd gotten to the point where we were using those tactics of sitting deep and then counter attacking. Whereas the second half we looked much better. But that might be a mixture of two things. We're desperate and we're willing to take more risks than we were in the first half. So Fowler, she's unbelievable.
Fucking love Mary Fowler.
Her touch is so good.
Levels above everyone else.
Oh, mate, she is going to be so good. Sam Kerr, obviously, had ups and downs, mixed bag for her, but that goal was like...
Ridiculous.
Do you reckon Tim Cahill can keep posting that?
Well,
Maybe
that would be nice, Tim. Maybe you start posting that one.
Yeah, next time you're posting stuff about saying go Matildas, like Happy Matildas Day, maybe post Sam Kerr instead of yourself.
That's the goal.
Because you're not a Matilda.
No.
I don't know if anyone's broken the news to you, brah.
I reckon that should take over his feed.
Imagine if Sam Kerr starts doing the Cahill and posts that every day. God, that'd... I hope she doesn't. Please don't do that.
The Kerr Hill and Tilly Cahill.
Oh, my God. So anyway, incredible stuff from the Matildas. Incredible stuff from the Matildas. So good to watch.
But Devo.
Devo
last night.
Imagine if we'd won and now we'd fucking the build up to Sunday.
my
Would have
God.
been so
biblical. And the goals, like their first goal was good, England. The second two was shit. From like a defensive standpoint, they were just a bit like, we shouldn't.
Yeah,
like
some of
especially that second one. That second one was fucked. Like after Sam Kerr's amazing goal, and then they
Not
just
pointing fingers up.
Not pointing any fingers. Suck the air out of the goddamn room, out of the nation.
Some of our touches and through balls and crosses,
Crosses, dude.
so poor compared to England's crosses. We were
rank.
fucking bang on every time. But as I said,
Not pointing fingers.
I'm pointing fingers. I think they could have been better technically.
Yeah, but not anyone specifically.
Yeah.
Oh, if you want, I said Sam Kerr had a mixed bag.
Yeah, that's pretty nice though. We don't point fingers. We don't. Have
Oh yeah. Never seen that before.
Not our racket.
We're not finger pointers.
So good what the girls did, an incredible achievement, going from 10th in the world to they're going to fight for third against Sweden. If they do get third, that's an amazing achievement. An amazing achievement. Maybe it already is an amazing. They're going to get fourth at the very least. Amazing achievement. So hopefully we can use this momentum.
Yep.
And also people are like, oh, now everyone's going to go not caring about soccer. It's like, bro, everyone gets that. You're not the cool kid that's saying the comment that no one knows about. Like, okay, Origin has bandwagon people. It's about the groundswell, and then hopefully they keep some of those people.
Yeah, but also, bro, do you think that I watch kayaking every week? No, I watch it every 4 years when Jess Fox is fucking getting after it, bruh. You know what I mean? Then I'm a kayaking C1 K1 expert. I'm like, I'm elite, bro. I'm best in class. Yeah. I don't watch the rowing world championships. I don't watch the fucking regattas every weekend, but I'll watch it when the Olympics is on. So leave me alone. Yep. I'm allowed to watch the World Cup every 4 years and get pumped for it, and the Olympics every 4 years and get pumped for it.
There it is.
There you go, bro.
You said it. All right.
Well said, mate.
Well said, Eddie. Father's Day, just around the corner. We've got 4 big bloke shirts, 3 little bloke shirts, as in colours-wise, so 3 little bloke colours.
Not
red.
3 total.
Because that'd sell out fast if you only had 3.
Well, not 3 total,
Okay.
Just making sure.
but we got 3 total colours. Blue, red, and black for the little bloke, and for the big bloke, we got black, blue, and red. Black, blue, red, and brown, and we've got girl dad and daddy's girl as well. Girl dad is in black. Daddy's girl is in pink. Plus, we've got 2 kids' footy, the mini footies. We've got one that says little bloke on it and one that says daddy's girl on it. For Father's Day, Wednesday, 6 p.m. next week. As you can see here on the YouTubes, if you're listening, go to YouTube and check it out. Little bloke,
Cute.
big bloke. So get on the missus ear and say, please get me a matching shirt with me son or me daughter. Be cute. Be cute. Be cute and be a part of the family.
Be cute.
Or get 2 kids' footies, kick them around with a little one. So that is next Wednesday, 6 p.m, very limited number, similar to the jumpers we recently did. So they went in like 5 or 6 minutes. So be there at Wednesday, 6 p.m. Payne Haas re-signs. Broncos haven't announced it yet, but it seems that Payne Haas has re-signed for the Broncos for 3 years. Reports are that the final year of his contract will be upgraded and then 2 years added on. So basically 24, 25, 26.
Was he initially, because didn't he initially just turn one down from you guys, like very recently, or was that just bullshit?
That's just a bit of mayo.
Right, so he was just still saying...
Negotiating.
So him testing the open market, where'd that come from?
Just mayo.
Just
All
rugby
mayo.
league mayo.
Just
Rugby league
all
mayo.
Rugby league mayo. That's
Like they were
insane
continually
amounts of
negotiating.
mayo.
There was never a time where he was like, nah, market.
So what, Journo made it up, or do you reckon his manager did that to
I reckon
put a bit of blood in the water?
the journo,
Chum her up.
the journos, so some journos probably spoke to the manager and the manager's like, we're not happy with the deal that's been currently offered. We'll see how things progress. Maybe we get to November 1 and we test our market. The journo's taken that and said,
I was perplexed on one of the NRL 360s this week when, again, some Mayo report about the Western Force wanting him. And the way they were talking about it was like they were angry at Haas that another club was interested in him. They're like, well, what? Is he going to go to rugby? He's like, he can't help if fucking everyone wants a piece of him. Like, he's just sitting there. And also, I liked what Sonny said when he came. It was Sonny Bill when he was like, mate, like you can't come out and talk, like CEOs and fucking heads of clubs and shit can't come out and talk about loyalty and all this sort of bullshit when you guys will fuck off a player in like a heartbeat. Like the guy's literally just trying to get the best deal for himself. I'm happy for the Broncos, Denon. Congratulations, Brisbane, you fucks. But it's funny because it was like the longer it was going on, I was kind of like, oh, maybe he will leave.
Well, I was of the opinion last week, Tom, clearly incorrect, but I was of the opinion that he'd had enough of living in Queensland, and quite rightly. I can see how that would become quite a strain on a proud New South Welshman, and that he wanted out. I was incorrect. Now, and I'll put my hand up and I'll be, I'm man enough to admit that I might have got that one wrong. I still don't think it's the best call for Payne Haas and his career and his development. I don't know why you're withering on the vine up at fucking Brisbane.
It's a great point.
You'd be hard pressed to win a comp up there, I would have thought, particularly with Kevy at the helm.
Wow, really uncouth stuff here.
Listen, he missed a trick not coming to the peninsula. It's as simple as that. Missed a trick.
Seabold.
We usually get our men as well at Manly, so it's disappointing not to lose.
Well, we usually get our fucking recruits pretty spot on, mate. So
you've missed Tino and you missed Haas.
And Fafita.
Got Brooks.
We got Brooks though.
Got Talau.
We got
Paulo.
We got Talau. That was good.
Someone
and then we
else.
got Jackson Paulo. That was good too. So I'll swap. You know what? I will swap Tino, Fafita, Haas for Brooks, Talau, and Jackson Paulo. I will.
And someone else. I swear there was another person. Either way, you take that. You take that and you run. And Matt Lodge. I think we're re-signing him.
I think it was Cooler re-signed at the same time.
Fucking oath he did. Stubby Cooler, can of cola.
Big fan of Cooler.
Love Cooler.
Listen, congratulations to Payne. Gets the bag. What do you get?
1.1 reportedly.
I thought they reported 1.2.
Is he got the old ratchet out?
Oh, yeah. She'd be ratchet.
Only if the salary cap goes up again, but it's not.
It won't within the period of his
No,
contract.
it won't go up again. I think that's just more safeguarding himself in case something crazy happens, and it's like, well, I should get X percentage of the salary cap.
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah,
are you frothing? You must be pumped.
Yeah.
Where'd you come when you heard the news? Where'd you come?
Did you come in your own mouth or
Tummy, chest, face,
your own mouth?
mouth.
That's disgusting.
Well,
This is uncouth areas,
What,
guys.
WDC, bro?
This is uncouth areas.
WDYC.
This is uncouth areas, boys.
WDYC, bro.
Look, I was always confident he was going to stay, so I didn't ever think he was leaving.
Did you guys chat about it in the box last week?
Yeah, you in the box. You would love and been on camera, weren't you?
Did you position yourself intentionally behind Kevy so you'd be like...
Yeah, definitely. I was
You
like,
could
boys,
tell.
get out of the way. I need to stand here.
You could tell.
Yeah, okay.
You kept like staring at the camera and she's like,
Fuck off.
like this.
Oh my god. Yeah, you got me.
I did. I got
Got
you.
me.
Did you talk about it in the box though, like with Kevy and shit, or like... How'd that come about? How'd you get in the box? You have to pay for someone? Was it like a Make-A-Wish thing or what?
Make a wish.
Just an ex-Bronco, mate. That's all. That's their showing just respect to past players. That's all.
We were of the opinion that you played more, like you're more of a Warriors guy, aren't you?
No, played less games.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, much less games.
Oh, we always.
Thought you were a Warriors legend.
Yeah, okay.
We've been peddling a different yarn.
Maybe it's because I. You know why? It's maybe because I fucking scored the match-winning conversion against Manly, and that's why you remember that way.
So we thought you had the Bosniches about you. 750 games for Aston Villa, about one for Man United. You could have sworn he was a fucking greatest goalkeeper ever played for.
Yeah.
United.
Oh, that's Schmeichel. Come on, brus. For Man United, Schmeichel.
Schmeichel. Well, it's definitely not Bozza. Although Bozza does maintain that he's the only player that... what's his name? Who's the manager? Ferguson. He's the only manager that Sir Alex Ferguson got back twice. I'm the only player that he let go and got back. I'm like, Bozza, come on, mate.
He's one of
That's
the
a
greats,
very
Bozza.
specific yarn you're trying to spin here, bro.
It's a decent yarn, though.
That is a good yarn.
But
Bozza's a
have
fucking
you
good
ever
yarn.
heard Bozza say that he's played for Aston Villa? He's played like so many games for them.
Look, I was a Man United fan growing up, so I'm
But
happy
so
for it.
what we're trying to say is that what you're like with Brisbane?
No, I played more games for Brisbane.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
well, worth clearing up.
No, well, like we had to check. We are fastidious fact checkers.
Yeah, fair. That's fair. That's fair.
So you're saying you did not discuss Payne Haas's future in the box with Kevin Walters and Marty Tapau on the weekend?
No, I didn't discuss Payne Haas's future in the box with Kevin Walters
You didn't?
and Marty Tapau.
So you weren't like maybe in the middle of the game, wait, Kevy, just quickly, mate, what's happening with Payne?
I said, whispered to him, I said, get it to your front row. He's fucking good post-contact.
Oh, okay.
Did you offer any advice? Like, does he turn and ask how
Kevy,
you
what do
seen
you
the
reckon
game?
about this?
No.
No.
Nothing?
Really?
No.
Were you a bit hurt by that?
Not really.
I don't believe that. I would have been offended.
Did you send Marty our best?
Yeah, I'll let him know that I actually said you're playing some great footy at a great, powerful club. I wonder what happened at Manly.
Is that what you said to him?
Yeah.
Jesus, pretty low. Anyway. No, congratulations to the Broncos. Going all right. Going all right. Going pretty well.
Reece Walsh can play.
See, this next segment, what did I tell you last week?
Yeah. You had whispers.
Yeah, we
They were also tacked onto other whispers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were.
yeah.
And I'll
They
tell you
were.
what those whispers were. They weren't that he stepped down. They weren't that he stepped down.
Is this does anyone believe he stepped down?
No, I think you'd have to be mad as a cut snake to think you stepped
But the
down.
fact they still just say it. They still just lie.
What's
Like,
respect
but-
for what he's done?
Yeah, but
They're trying to keep it
it's-
couth.
I get it, but like they fucked up. They fucking buried so many coaches at the Tigers. It's just like,
There's a graveyard of coaches at that
dude,
joint.
it's one of the great.
He's actually been
coach
killed twice.
Boneyards, mate. Yeah,
came back to life and they killed him
dude,
again.
Ferguson getting Bozza back twice. The Tigers have fucking knifed Sheens twice.
But what I find crazy about him stepping down / being knifed in the back is that everyone 12 months ago was like, Jesus Christ, 2 years, is that enough for Benji? Is 2 years enough? Now here we are, not even through one season, and he's seemingly got to go do it himself.
Do you think there's also
3 games have won this year. 3.
Is there an element where with this they would have been better if they were going to knife him, step him down?
Yeah.
Just wait till the season's over. Like, what the fuck? Why do it now? Is there a benefit to doing it now?
I think sometimes we assume that people are working purely from a business perspective of like what is best for the club. But
Not
I think that sometimes clubs and all professions, there's egos involved, there's spite involved, there's
Emotion.
people not getting along.
It's a fucking great point. That's a really good point.
So I reckon
It's obviously got a bit cutty.
100%.
Bit round.
Because like I think
it's got a bit.
Well, I think actually the chairman came out and he was quoted saying, this is a very recent talk and we're like surprised that it got out.
Is this Lee Hadjipatelis?
Yeah.
I'm surprised it got out at the Tigers.
Could you get that quote up, please,
Where
mate?
like you can literally go on Twitter and find out like Pasco's just gone for a shit. Like everything gets out of the Tigers.
But I'm
Our
pretty
mail, sorry to cut you off. Our mail was that he has been walking around with a knife in his back without even realising it for some time.
Yeah.
Like this has been in the works.
It's so hectic. They're like, so much happens at that club. You know
And
what I
everything
mean?
gets out, and it's a complete shit show. Benji, who again, I got nothing bad to say about Benji. Love Benji, but like, he's never coached before. Now he's going to be a fucking first grade coach.
Here's a quote.
In the comp.
It is indeed regrettable that I find myself having to speak of these matters publicly. These discussions emanated from a conversation with Tim's management only very recently. The discussions continue and nothing has been resolved as yet.
That is the biggest load of horse shit I've ever heard in my life.
So that's
God.
denying it, basically, saying nothing's happened, but we are talking to his management, so it's true, but we're just not saying it's true.
I think that's more negotiating of like payouts and fucking all that shit has to happen
Yes,
now.
exactly right.
So it's like he's got to go on the record and say, no, we haven't officially gotten rid of him, because then they can come out and say, you said that, mate, yeah.
And they'd
And they
be
got rid of
trying
Madge
to.
last year, right? You're like, well, that's true. Maybe it wasn't Madge.
Yeah.
Well, definitely, yeah. I mean,
Well, Madge was going pretty well.
compared to like
Compared
what's
to
happening
this.
now.
How many games did they win last year with Madge?
I was shocked.
And Madge didn't have the roster that they have this
No,
year.
that's what I
either.
mean.
But
Their
I'm shocked
side's a lot better
that
this
they've
year.
only won 3 games this year.
I know.
When I read that, I'm like, oh, fuck.
And they've
brilliant.
actually played good footy this year when
Yeah.
they've had a full strength side. But yeah, 3 games.
3 games.
3
That's tough.
shocking.
So Madge was there for 3 and a bit years. First year, 11 wins, came 9th. 7 wins, 11th. 8 wins, 13th. And he got sacked halfway through last year.
The only thing I'm concerned with Benji, because all the whispers I've got in car parks are that a lot of their good form kind of started. I know they've only won 3 games, but Brooks and Appy and that has kind of started when Benji got more say in things and was I guess listen to more or whatever. So I do believe that he may be able to have success. I guess the problem is that at the moment, the facts speak for themselves. It's probably one of the worst environments in the comp for a coach. So you can be Wayne Bennett and you might actually still struggle because the environment is so poor. So I'm hoping he gets put and they give him a good environment to coach.
Well, my concern for Benji, who I don't think anyone would say a bad word about Benji. He's beloved, but I'm worried that they're not going to give him the time required. Like, he's a new coach trying to fucking figure this shit out. He's got a improving squad, but he's surrounded by an absolute rugby league shit show in the extreme. This could take 10 fucking years to turn this thing around. And I just see him getting knifed way before that, and then just bang, another body.
But it's like, it's the same people who have knifed the same coaches every single fucking time. Like, there is a constant here that doesn't seem to be changing. Although if you believe the rumours we're hearing, maybe they will.
What do we got, Matty?
This just appeared on Punters and Dribblers, an article from 9 weeks ago.
I love that.
There's a quote from Lee Hadjivatelis. This from Patrick Fletcher, who posted this. Quote, I don't know where this narrative is coming from. There are 3 certainties in life. Death, taxes, and Tim Sheens coaching the West Tigers in 2024.
You can't slip one past the dribblers.
Whoa,
No, you can't.
That is fucking unbelievable.
That's good stuff.
He doesn't know the strength of the dribblers.
No,
That's
dude.
Why would you say that?
Same as Phil Gould said it with Trent Barrett. Like, they just don't give a fuck.
But you don't need to put that much mail
No, I
on.
know. Death, taxes, and Sheens coaching the Tigers in 2024.
I think they see it as like there's been this trend for public figures to be really aggressive with things and then just being like, if you're that strong with what you said, it must be true.
Yeah.
And then a few months later, they'll say something different and then they just won't be pinned on what they said,
It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah, and I think that's what is happening, in that situation where it's
P's and
like,
D's strike
you know what?
again.
We get 3 months of silence.
Yeah.
That's good enough for me. I don't care if it's true or not. And then, this will happen.
To play that into the old death's taxes yarn,
yeah.
like that's strong.
You can't
It
be
is
using
strong.
death taxes unless it's really something that's going to be staying around for you.
Oh, mate.
That's the most Tigers quote of all time. That's fantastic.
And the dribblers, you're not going to get one past them. That's the thing. That's the thing.
You
People
can-
not
have a
realising.
crack.
Have a crack. I dare you.
I double dare.
Yeah, I double dare you because they'll find it and they'll release it.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so I guess from this point on, I just hope that Benji gets the best opportunity possible. That's really all I care about.
Yep.
Completely agree.
The problem is, though, it's like for Benji's career, it's muddy the waters in regards to if he goes poorly, is it because he's not a good coach or is it because the environment is poor?
That's it, right? So that's like, even if the vibe is good, like, are you giving this fucking very heavily, like, real rookie coach, is he going to, how much can they really give him?
Yeah. Yeah.
God, I'd really like him to turn it around.
I hope the environment
That would be
changes.
great. Imagine that if Benji just fucking gets to work.
As long as he doesn't pick up the player we're hearing he's going to pick up. As long as that doesn't happen, then I don't give a fuck.
Which
I hope that he does pick him up.
No, that'd be fun.
He's a game changer.
No, we don't want that.
we don't want that, mate.
That'd fucking ruin
We
my
don't
day.
want that. Is he going to keep his mate Robbie Farah? Is Robbie Farah there for emotional support, or
I
is
heard Robbie
he?
wants to move into corporate. He's going to be like GM or some shit, I heard somewhere.
Corporate dollar.
Yeah, corporate Farah.
Interesting. If you got some good assistants around him, potentially,
Mate, I
they provide a
reckon
lot of
that's-
wisdom, don't they?
I reckon that's key. Like, assistants can make you. I think from Benji's perspective, like, we know he knows the game as good as anyone else, but he just needs to be like an idol for the players to believe in. And get all the assistants to be the X's and O's guys, and you just be the fucking figurehead that
Bit of
everyone
a
gets.
cult.
Bit of a
cult.
Michael Checker.
Bit of a cult sort of a
Cult
thing.
vibes.
Bit of a checker.
Where Fed Lebanon.
No, Checker did that at the Waratahs.
But he knew his fucking rugby.
But apparently he wasn't an X's and O's guy. He was more a fucking man motivated.
Well,
He
Wayne
would
Go
get-
to a golf club and just fucking.
and he would get like great elite X's and O's guys to come in and fucking line outs and
Yeah,
scrums
'cause usually
and backs
X's
coaches and shit, and I'll just get you cunts up and about.
Because usually X's and O guys, they're not the leaders guys.
No, they're
No,
dorks.
they're the nerds.
So you need the nerds to help the leaders.
Yeah,
the
the cool
alphas.
cults.
That's right.
And Benji,
Cult leader.
he needs to create a cool cult
Yeah.
at the Tigers, become cool cats.
Yeah.
And I think you get your job done.
Almost like swearing allegiance to him, you know what I mean? Like
a blood oath.
a blood oath, a bloody oath.
A bloody oath.
cut each other's forearms and shake.
Like
and
you'd
shit.
follow Benji into battle.
Yeah, of course. You
No
would.
doubt about that.
Of course you would. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Also, the codes this week, guys, don't forget, Mackenzie Arnold is our hungriest player from Menulog. Use code Arnold to get $10 off Mexican food. And also, Make sure to head to Shoe Grab. Make sure you to head to Shoe Grab Great to get new shoes, free delivery on all orders over $99, sneakers, casual, performance, slide, limited exclusives, plus a bunch of clothes and accessories. Give Shoe Grab a follow on Instagram. Go to their site on their website. It's the biggest shoe market in Australia. Grab some shoes, free delivery over $99. Now, here's a yarn for you, boys. Phil Gould has confirmed that Tavita Pangai Jr. will most likely retire at the end of the season. The reports are that he wants to take up boxing. Gould. He suddenly blurted out to the coach that he would be giving rugby league away and he thinks this will be his last year and that he'd go and find something else to. There are a number of times where he said he wishes he was on less money and he can't deal with the pressure of expectations. He wants a clean break and doesn't want any money for next year.
Mate,
What do you reckon?
I don't know many people walking away from 700,000. That's just me.
To go take up a sport like you're not as good at as you are the one you're getting paid for, and you're 1 year into a fucking I don't know how many year deal.
Yeah, look, I'd be surprised if the Bulldogs are upset that this has happened.
Yeah, I wish I was on less money.
Stop paying me.
Stop paying me money. Fuck no, I don't want any for this year or next year. Like, well, I smell a bit of it, and I can't smell, but it smells fishy. It smells a little bit fishy.
It's cute how you're saying that. You don't actually know what that means. You just know it's a saying.
Yeah, it's a saying, so I can't smell. It smells fishy.
It's cute though.
But like, it doesn't have the same impact as me. I've got a big beak and I can smell.
No, but actually, I think it actually makes more impact because I can't smell, and even I can smell it.
But you can't smell it though.
But I can though.
But you can't.
No, I can because this doesn't actually have a literal smell. But
I feel like you're
smell it.
culturally appropriating the saying.
How about Bradley Cooper? Did you see Bradley Cooper's getting in trouble for Jewish
Oh, for the
nose?
beak? Oh, give me a
We're
break.
playing a Jewish person. They're like, you're doing. It's like they're saying it's the same as blackface because he's got a prosthetic nose.
As a man with a
And
big
he's acting.
beak.
Yeah, he's acting.
Yeah, and he's playing a
playing-
real person.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so you don't want an actor to act?
No, you
And
need
look
someone
like the
with a-
person. It's a biopic.
Yeah.
Mate, if you let these cunts take over, like you won't be able to. Like everyone in movies won't be acting. It'll
No.
just be them.
Their life.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
documentaries.
I'm sorry, but he died 15 years ago, and we're gonna have to exhume him and have him play himself.
It's just like.
Well, to be
propped
fair,
up this
Hollywood
bloke.
are trying to do that.
Yeah.
With AI, they're trying to make it so that they can sign your likeness.
Oh, yeah.
And use you forever.
So like the background people and shit, like if you got to do an extras work, you would sign your likeness away, and they'd just reuse you in films forever and not pay you.
Because generation's getting so good now that they don't need actors to act. It can be computer generated.
Well, they did the same thing in Star Wars. Who'd they bring back? Someone died, and they brought them back for a brief scene.
Princess Leia. Or what, is that
Princess
her name?
Leia got brought
Carrie
back.
Fisher.
Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, but there was also a guy that they did the same thing with. Anyway, interesting sort of realm we're getting in. If you were wily and switched on, you wouldn't sign that sort of contract.
No,
But
I think
if
that's
you're
what
striking.
strikes are
They're
for.
striking.
oh, is that what part of
part
it
of
is?
it, yeah.
Okay, but if you're like a desperate extras actor, you'd fucking sign the shit out of that.
Yeah, but no, because you're getting paid fuck all. You don't. They just get your likeness forever. It's not like you get repaid every time
Yeah.
they use it.
So they're just like, you come in for
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is, you know, I think the more vulnerable in the situation are probably more likely to get screwed over because they're probably more likely to be like,
Yes.
maybe this is my only
Yeah.
chance, my only shot.
But it's
and I'm going to sign it because no one else is.
But it's even like C-tier actors that they're making sign these things. Obviously A-list as well. But like the C-tier actor, he or she may become a superstar. But when they do, they go, oh, we don't need to pay you fucking a squazillion dollars. We've already got your fucking likeness.
Do you think that the people would rebel against that? I'm talking about like, would you want to see movies where they're actually not actors, it's all CGI and it's all fucking
I
AI?
think consumers only care about what's good for them. They don't care about the ethics of it usually.
no, but it's not ethics. If you know they're not actually actors, they're not actually
Yeah,
human
or like
actors.
music that's written by a computer. I reckon I'm still like.
Well, think about the quality they could churn out, the amount they could churn out. Eventually, people would just be like, "I just care about what I enjoy. I think your life is no problem with me. Like you're not getting paid, doesn't bother me. We do it with all the time with like everything, phones, everything. Like,
But there is what?
More, I think it's more about like the connection to the
human
art.
touch,
So
yeah.
like, you know, do you think AI generated art is going to be as coveted as something you know someone has, it's come from the mind of a human, they've painted
don't think so.
themselves? Or music where like the lyrics have been written by a person. The
I
only
don't
thing I
think
did
so.
hear that was interesting was I think Post Malone on Rogan, and it was like, and I think Rogan was like, mate, people will still want your music because he's very auto-tuned and shit. I think there's already like Post Malone songs that have been AI'd. And then he's like, but people want to hear your shit. He's like, yeah, but there's going to be a time where like you can fucking input
Can't
like,
tell.
no, but like, not that even you can't tell, that's already pretty much there, but more like you could get an AI written Post Malone song for Denon that speaks directly to a situation in your life that like means something.
Well, that's what they're gonna. Apparently, that's what they're gonna do with movies. So you're like Lord of the Rings. Let's just say Two Towers. You can be like, I'm in the mood for like an hour version, or I want the fucking 6-hour version, or I want 15-minute version. Like, and it will just, it's all you can get. It'll be sort of specific and bespoke content for you that you like, which will be different to other versions.
I think that you'd be surprised how much stuff is already computer generated that you're not even aware of.
Like what?
Like where, sets. Like, for example, they make a big deal about Christopher Nolan doing everything practically.
Yeah.
So everything you're seeing a lot of the time is generated on green screens.
Yes,
in the background.
yeah.
And I just think it's one step further. I think there would be initial pushback of like, no, we want to see the real thing. But I think eventually people just like convenience. So,
But do you think art's different though? Music and art.
Yeah.
but we watch animated films. We watch like heaps of animated films.
Absolutely. So like there's still a place for it, but like to not have some incredible performance from an actor that is like someone, I don't know, like I guess maybe because we're just brought up in appreciating that there'll be a time where you're like, I don't really give a fuck anymore.
Well,
but like,
the way I see it is when I'm watching an actor, I'm not watching them. I see them, if they're good, as that character there.
Yes.
So therefore, I don't really care about the process. I mean, I do after the fact, like incredible, amazing. But when I go to buy a ticket, I'm not buying it for the process. I'm buying it for the end result. But that maybe it's me. Now, look, if it was to happen, I would be on the side of like, if everyone is boycotting, I would 100% boycott as well, because like, fuck that. I want the actors to get paid. But I do think eventually.
what about podcasting? What if someone can just fucking make yarns?
100%. Well, they already have. I think it's like an AI generated Rogan podcast on YouTube or something. Now, people still have to write scripts for it, and you don't get, obviously. But eventually, once they listen to enough Beat, Hello Sport, they would be able to input enough information to be like, know what we would say and think in certain situations. Eventually, you'll get to there.
But then, then would you prefer to listen to people actually who are actually having a yarn, or you don't give a fuck?
Or AI. I think
it's a really funny computer.
I think that podcasting is quite personal, right? At least that's my opinion. Whereas
Because you're not acting.
But you're listening. The content you're listening to, but you're also sort of listening to the people saying it a little bit. I don't know, and I just think that if you just could start an AI, get like a voice that most people like the sound of, and get them talking about sport, and the scripts are written by AI, and it's voiced by AI, and it's all AI. Am I going to listen to that? Probably not.
No.
Even if what they're saying is interesting, I still think personally I'd be like, but it's not a human, so I'm not interested.
I agree with you for podcasts, because it's reality. Like we're real people speaking about our real experiences, giving our real opinion. Acting, I think, is a little bit different because it's all a story anyway. But look, I don't know which way it would go.
Wild stuff though.
It is fucking bizarre that we live. Like, I think progression happens at such a every day progress happens. So you don't realize you're living in a fucking dystopian future, but we actually are living in a dystopian.
Yeah,
future.
it's very dystopian.
Like we are in it. We've got people. We watch people play video games all day. Like that used to be in all the movies about the future, where we just watch personalities on a computer fucking doing all weird shit. That's here now.
But it ticks along slowly. You're right. Like if fucking 30 years ago you said to someone, "Oi, mate, this thing will write an essay for you," you'd be fucking blown away.
Even just when
it's sort of just been
came
dropped
along.
into us now. It's like, okay,
Even
sure,
just when
makes
iPhones
sense.
came along,
Driverless
dude.
cars,
I know.
bro.
Fucking crazy.
Pre fucking Facebook and shit. It was just like your phone, you used it to text and call, and that was it. And you didn't sit there watching it. You'd hang out. Like now, like
pre-internet, mate.
You're fucking bang. There's a million different.
Even little things,
a million different things.
Like all of the future movies or whatever, like that were a story about the future. Like even like if let's say they had a little phone. And then they would go like that and flick it to the screen. We'd go, oh, fuck, that's the future. We do that now.
Yeah.
We do that now.
And I'm annoyed that it doesn't happen immediately.
Yes, exactly.
Like when Dave's trying to fucking stream shit to the TV and we're like, this is just not fucking good enough. This is just not good enough. This fucking TV technology is bullshit.
It pisses off. I saw this old guy the other day get picked up by a driverless car and was getting driven around, and he was with his old mate, and they were fucking losing it, bro. They're like, oh my, he's like, I'll remember this day for the rest of my life. Like, which probably isn't going to be that long, but
What, was the car crashed?
well, because he's pretty old, this bloke.
Okay.
Yeah, he's pretty old.
So it's fucking that's
Just
strange.
like, that's par for the course now. That should be we should be losing our minds.
It is so weird. Like in 20 years' time, you just don't know where we're going to be. And also, it's exponential growth each day. It's not just like a straight track up. I forgot what it's called, but like every generation, or not even generation, every time we make improvements of computing, it's not just like a direct line. It's like big jumps, big jumps, big jumps, and then it keeps snowballing until you're like...
they're like big leaps. Mate, 20 years ago, I was like just starting to use the internet. Think about that.
Downloading an MP3 took like fucking 3 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, and the
Buffering
rest.
porn on the internet. It was all just pics, dude. It was all just
that's
pics.
all night.
It's a
That's
slideshow.
all night.
It was literally a porn slideshow.
It was slideshows, dude.
Yeah.
You couldn't see any movement, any thrusting,
LimeWire.
any jiggling.
And LimeWire came along, and you'd have to get that good stream. That good
Even
connection.
LimeWire, you didn't, it was still tough. Took a while,
Well,
no one could be using the phone.
Well, you're rolling the dice.
Yeah, you were.
What you downloaded, that's for sure.
You didn't know what was
know
going
what
to
you
pop
were
up. You read the
getting.
description, you know, okay.
Looks all right.
Yeah, okay.
Here's another crazy thing is there's actually AI generated Instagram pages of like, beautiful women that people follow.
See, that's bizarre. But even like, I actually have not fucked with ChatGPT or any. I just haven't done anything. I just, not for any reason, as I just can't be fucked.
You don't really have a use for
I know,
it.
but then like watch me just fall behind the entire world in the next 2 years. But like one of our mates was like, she needed to do something for like a PR campaign, and it was for this product, and she was
Crazy.
like, "Oh, I just need to have this thing and have like a woman laying on a bed with this product with like maybe some blue curtains and the window open, just blah, 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 and then just bang, just like shot out like fucking 50 different versions of it, and it was like, sweet, just put those into whatever deck I'm trying to create.
You can do merch in that too.
Yeah, I was thinking about you can do merch and like different fucking designs. I couldn't be fucked, but
It's crazy. It's insane
bizarre.
what's happening. What, you got there, Manny?
I made my girlfriend a resume the other day, and I got like 10 different versions in about 4 or 5 minutes.
so you didn't make it.
No. I was
ChatGPT
tasked. I was
made it.
tasked with making it, and then it gave all these
So
different options.
how much shit do you need to write in?
Just write in what the job and the role was, and then they give you all these potential dot points of what you want to put in as the description. You just pick like 5 for each, and there's just heaps and heaps.
Fuck.
It is fucking weird, man.
And you can chat. You can be like, "Oh, be a bit more colloquial. Use a bit more like fun language or a bit more professional language." It's fucking ridiculous. That's basically like, that's where TPJ's at, right?
Yeah.
That's how they're
So
linked.
TPJ, I think he wrote into ChatGPT, should I quit rugby league?
Should I walk away for $750,000
And it said yes.
because I don't like making money?
And it said just suddenly, how should I approach this? And it said just suddenly blurted out to the coach.
Yeah, just walk in one day, you're about to do fitness and go, I don't know if I'll do this anymore. And the coach goes, oh, okay, well, here's the contract. We happen to have it here ready to go for you
you've
to be
actually
released.
just got it here. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. And I might go take up some boxing.
Because there won't be any pressure of expectation in boxing.
Oh yeah, no.
He actually
literally
is a
fighting,
decent boxer.
fighting for
he?
your money.
Yeah, he's a decent boxer. If he commits himself to it, but it's the same with
It's
his
the
rugby
exact
league
same
career.
thing,
Yeah.
right? You either commit to a rugby league or you commit to boxing.
If he
Like,
committed
you
to
still need
boxing
commit.
hectically, he'd be starching some blokes.
Oh, yeah?
In Australia anyway.
Is he going to
Not
make
even-
$750,000 a year doing it? There's not many blokes making that sort of money in boxing.
Yeah.
No, there's not.
I mean, if he went in the full villain route, I think he could. If his whole arc was, fuck you, everyone, and so you tuned in
Wanna
to watch him lose,
Yes.
then he could. I don't know if he
Yeah.
could go the other route because
Humble boxing route.
yeah,
Like
because
Pretty Boy Floyd, fucking Money May, that sort of like tune in because you hate me.
yeah,
sort
because
of.
you hate me.
It's a bold choice.
It's a bold choice, especially if you're getting paid 10 grand.
But also, again, like, don't want pressure. Everyone hating you is pressure.
I just don't know. Like, he may have
Boxing is pressure, big pressure.
He may have said though, it is tough dealing with the pressure, but to fully quit the game, why not just go and take a pay cut? If this is the truth, I'm sure there are truths to it, but Gus Gould, he's a wily operator.
Oh yeah.
Why wouldn't you just go, okay, that's fine. We'll just drop your pay to 300 grand and you keep playing.
Yeah, this is something he's not adding up.
Yeah. I love how Gould he just leans all the way into it now. He'll just be like, you know what, fuck it. Fuck it. I think there was years where maybe Gus was like, yeah, I'll be very circumspect about everything. Now he's just like, you know what, who gives a shit? I'm just going to say exactly what I think I should say.
To make it sound good.
Yep.
Could be telling the truth. Just sounds a little bit.
I think there is definitely truth in it.
Yes.
I do think he has complained about the pressure and how he's, everyone says he needs to be better and he's on this big contract. I do think that's the case. But if Vito Peña Jr. was genuinely like, I truly want to be on less money so I enjoy rugby league more, it's like, well, then just do that.
Yeah. Just
Instead of going and getting punched in the bloody head all
Correct.
That's the thing. It's like to go and get fucking. Everyone, like, you get concussions in rugby league, but it's all about concussions in boxing.
I honestly believe I think he'll be back playing footy by next year.
How old is he?
27. Plenty of footy left.
Plenty of footy.
Listen,
you are up and down. We'll take you. Fucking way less than you're on, but we'll take you.
I reckon.
If you want to get paid less, come here. We'll give you 200 grand.
He leaves, like he's in his, because I think the Bulldogs didn't want him boxing in the off season.
Yes.
So he's left to do that, and I think that he'll get that out of his system. And then when he renegotiates with another club, it'll be in the contract of like I'm allowed to do 1 or 2 fights a year or something like that.
Yeah.
I'd
That
be
sounds
surprised if
about
he's lost to the game or.
That sounds about right to me.
What do you boys reckon about the Pacific Championships that has been announced?
Can I tell you something really honestly, Denon? First I'm hearing about it.
Okay. Okay, so basically, Pacific Championship, it will be Australia, New Zealand, Samoa, PNG, Cook Islands, Fiji, and it will happen over essentially a month of rugby league, with the winner playing in week 4 in New Zealand. In the women's game, I think Port Moresby.
I think I don't know about the women's. I think the lower tier nations play in Port Moresby.
As in whoever doesn't make the grand final.
Yeah, because Australia don't play Fiji or Cook Islands. It's kind of running as 2 separate. comps.
two separate
Yeah,
comps.
yeah.
Okay.
Aren't we just playing New Zealand, Samoa, and
Yeah.
It's like a Tri-Nations or...
Because I thought it was I was looking at the screen for 5 minutes thinking it's a
was
typo.
that
Both says
isn't this
men's.
part of the Tri Nations?
Must
That
be.
was a.
Yeah. So it's
They just
Australia, New
packaged it up.
Zealand,
They just
Samoa.
packaged it up. Yeah.
So we are,
We play Samoa and New Zealand.
Yeah, correct.
and then Tonga.
Tonga and England are playing.
Tonga are over in England. They already had organised
Oh,
that.
okay, all right.
So they've got a tour of England.
That's cool.
Yeah, 100%.
That's cool. They
cool.
got a tour of England. Like
Yeah.
that's legit. But then so we don't end up playing any of the other people. We're just playing those 3 teams. But it's
New
just
Zealand
the whole
and
big
Samoa.
Pacific nations.
Yeah, I
thing.
think so. Which is
Cool.
smart. I
Like it.
Will
Yeah.
we play Australia, Samoa, and New Zealand, and then and play the winner of? Like,
No.
would there be a final? Or is
Yeah,
it just
there'll be a final. Whoever like ranks the highest, they'll have a table or something.
So basically, week 1 in Townsville, we play Samoa. Week 2, we play no one. Week 3, we play New Zealand. And then it's obviously whoever makes the finals.
Sure.
Sweet.
Okay.
It's great. Like, I mean, it'll be good to have all those teams on the screen, right? Like to be able to watch it all and see all those players. I think it'd be good.
Keen as.
Yeah.
Mal Meninga has confirmed Tedesco is the first choice fullback. Teddy is the incumbent. He's the captain of the Kangaroos. He led the team to a successful World Cup last year. He's coming back into form, but I think he's going to be going well all year. His effort levels are great. He's in my mind. We have a couple of other selectors, but in my mind, he's the number 1 fullback at the moment. And out of loyalty, he should be selected. What do you reckon, boys?
I think Reece Walsh is the best fullback in the game.
I would be picking Reece Walsh personally, but I do respect Mal's
Yeah.
loyalty.
Yep.
I do
Same.
respect it. I can't help but respect it.
And whilst it's kind of counterintuitive, it's a less competitive arena, the international, than Origin. And I don't know, it's easier to stick with Teddy. But like Reece Walsh is a fucking freak. Like I hate Queensland. I do. I hate him. But he is a fucking weapon. He's very good.
And he's so young.
He's so young.
He's
and
so hot.
And he's hot, dude. He's hot. He's young. And he's good. And he's come back from like these minor setbacks and he's just getting better. Like he's just good, dude. Against the Eels, man. Fuck.
Special.
It was so hot to see.
Listen, if Teddy's still captain, you've almost got to have a conversation with him about this potentially being his last sort of hurrah,
Yeah.
so to speak. I think that the 2023 Pacific Championships is probably the place to do it. It's not another World Cup in fucking 3 years' time. Like, I think out of respect to him, sure, go, yeah, mate, we'll give you one more go around, but like, just so you know.
Reece in the squad.
Just so you know, mate.
See that hot guy over there?
Could Reece play 14, like if you wanted him in the team, or is he just a bit too, like...
I
He's
just
not
think
as
that there's so
versatile
many
enough.
throbbers. It's like don't take that spot from another throbber.
Yeah, right.
That can play 14. Like I think it should be Ben Hunt and Harry Grant as a rotation.
Particularly when you're basically,
Could he play wing? Like, could you fit him into the side?
We just have so many throbbers. Like
So
it's,
just be like, his other injury's not.
he's in the squad.
Yeah.
and maybe you play him against Samoa, maybe just to give him some experience. Even though Samoa are a bloody good side now, but I'd put him in the squad. But I would get a good rotation. We've got plenty of throbbers that can play that position. I wouldn't be putting anyone else out to put him in.
Yeah.
I personally would go with Reece off the bat. The loyalty, I understand the loyalty, and I like it from Mal, but Australia's a little bit different. There was like 2 years where they didn't play. So it's like, it's only really been the World Cup that he's played in like, 2 or 3 years. So it's like...
Do you think the captaincy thing makes it difficult though?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
As in, that's
Like how would you handle that?
I'd just speak to Teddy and I'd
Just go, you're not captain.
and Cleary would become the captain. I'd just say thank you for your service.
And would you even pick him in the squad?
Probably not. I'd be building towards the future. I mean, look, Teddy being selected, he's still going to go well, I think. But I just think that Reece Walsh is killing it. I think there's other fullbacks that are killing it as well.
Who would be your other one if you didn't put Teddy in the squad?
I wouldn't mind Scotty Drinkwater, Dylan Edwards maybe. Yeah, I'd be leaning towards the future. But I think Teddy will still fucking play well. And also, maybe in that Australian side, maybe it's because the Roosters have been struggling that Teddy's also been struggling. And that's why, maybe.
Didn't do too well for New South Wales.
Yeah, I know.
That's the only problem that I would see. But I think that this is probably the safest place for him. Like surrounded by absolutely huge dicks, like just absolutely elite throbbers.
Like a sausage factory.
Mate, at the end of the day, no one fucks with Australia. We've been over this. Yeah, in the future, Australia probably won't be the big dog, but right now, no one's fucking coming close to us, bro.
Okay.
Question. So you got SJ, Hughes, Foran and Brown. Who do you guys think is going to be the New Zealand halves?
I like Scope shout. Put Hughes to fullback, Brown, SJ.
So Joey Manu at centre?
Joe Mine at centre for sure, yep.
Hughes was a fullback originally, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah, good one too.
I don't mind that. It's not a bad yarn.
Look, I'm a foreign guy.
I just think you got to have Brown in that 6 jersey. He's so fucking good.
And SJ's been
SJ's killing it.
sick.
Yeah, SJ's been hot.
He's
So
been really hot.
I reckon you go Hughes at the back there.
I like that, actually.
And then you at 9, you either go Jeremy Marshall King if he's fit. Obviously the Cheese if he's, I think I would probably, if JMK is fit, I'd start JMK and bring Cheese off the bench if I was New Zealand.
You wouldn't have Foz at 6 or Dylan Brown?
No, I'd probably go with Dylan Brown.
Okay.
Love the Foz dog, but
So do I.
So do I.
Big fan of his work.
Huge.
Love Foz.
it's been great for the Titans, I reckon. So good, just for the mentality of him this year.
Because he's an alpha. That's why.
And he's grandpa.
He's his grandfather.
Yeah.
But he's
So
an alpha.
He's seen some winters.
He's like an alpha's alpha.
He's your favourite alpha's alpha.
Oh, yeah.
Him.
That's him.
So your favourite alpha is a beta to him.
Yes. Correct.
All right, time for some tips, boys. North Queensland Cowboys, $1.55. Sharkies,
I think
$2.46.
Sharks are some value here. They've come back into a bit of form. I don't trust them. Know that
This
I
is
don't
actually a
trust them.
fucking big game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cowboys aren't even in the 8. Is that correct, Matty?
Got one bye, do they? Think? Oh, they've had their bye, okay.
I've
All
tipped,
off the bye.
I've tipped the Sharks.
Yeah, you're right, Eddie. Cowboys are sitting in 9th.
Yeah, so must win at home for the Cows. Like, theoretically they should be winning this, right? But I just feel like the Sharkies have come back into a bit of form. I've been saying it for a couple of weeks, and I'm going to go with me gut.
Yep.
Gut bet.
Sharks.
Gut bet.
Gut bet.
It's a gut bet?
Gut bet.
health. Okay. Warriors, Seagulls.
Manly, 460, good value. Now, listen, I'm going to butcher these stats from random stats guy on about even.
Have a crack.
Basically, Manly always beat the Warriors. That's it.
That was the stat, is that Manly always beat the Warriors, especially in New Zealand.
Yeah. 460.
460, you gobble that up.
You do.
That's a joke.
Yeah.
It's a disgrace.
Eels.
I tell you what. This is my bet of the round, Denon. Are you listening?
Yeah.
Well, it was my bet of the round. You took it, but it's all right.
But it's our bet of the round now.
You represent Hello Sport on this podcast, so
that's fair. But I represent me on the betting show, and it's his bet of the round, but it's
But
my
here
bet
you're
of the
Hello
round.
Sport.
Yeah, it's fair.
You're one
It's
unit.
our bet of the
Sometimes
round.
I feel like I'm just by myself.
Our bet of the round. You ready?
Yeah.
Roosters minus 4.5 is a lock. An absolute lock.
Roosters minus 4.5.
Yeah.
We've been saying for the last 6 months, won't it be funny if the Roosters find form when it's too late?
Yeah.
Which is exactly what's happened. And the Eels are playing like a busted ass, no Mitch Moses. I think they fucking take the Eels to Pound Town.
Pound Town.
Yep.
Jeez, okay.
Double that
Pound
lineup.
Town ones, you reckon they're playing in?
Yeah, they're playing him on.
100%,
They're
bro.
my signature shoe.
Do you disagree?
No, I like it.
You haven't given a single tip here.
I give them my tips.
Okay.
Yes,
well,
sir.
listen, we think the Roosters will hump.
Okay.
So come with me, punters and dribblers.
Okay.
Believe in me.
Tigers, Dolphins. Tigers to Dolphins.
Tigers have to win this game.
Yeah,
If
they
they
have
don't
to
win
win
this
this game.
game, like what's going on?
But they looked all right against the Warriors the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
the
they
week
They
before
look,
against
mate, they
Rabbitohs.
look all right in most games they play.
Yeah.
They just don't fucking win them.
Yeah, I like the Tigers here. Stay patient, Tigers fans.
Stay patient. You got Benji coming on board.
I like Tigers.
Full time Benji.
Fainu coming through.
Well, I'll tell you
Good
this.
forward pack.
Full time Benji, more hours to commit to the cause. You know, it's like if you're working on something at night as a hobby, it's not going to go as well as you put your heart and soul into it.
Exactly. So
Full time Benji, stay patient. Just around the corner. Tigers to win for sure.
Titans, Panthers.
Panthers, mate. Fuck.
Panthers. But the 20-point line, it was like 21, 22 points.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing that
mind
gets
a little bit of a Titans, the 22-point
I think it's
start.
22 and a half.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I find interesting about that game is do they cover the line or not?
I'm hoping that they
That's
don't.
basically the long and the short of it.
Okay. And before we get to the next game, don't forget to grab a case of Bloke beer. We're in Liquor Legends. We're in Celebrations, Bottle-O, Portals Liquor, IGA Plus Liquor, Thirsty Camel, all in New South Wales, Queensland, ACT. Get in your local, grab a case of the beautiful beer of rugby league. Give her a try. If you're listening right now, you haven't given her a crack, go in, grab a six-pack, give her a crack. I promise you won't be disappointed. Now, St. George, $5.10, Storm, $1.17.
Humping. There's a humping on the wins.
Knights, $2.10, Rabbitohs, $1.74.
I was on the Knights, Denon. I was on the Knights in a big way. I was then led to believe by Rando that the Knights are playing in their cursed mining jersey, their orange mining jersey. So I'm on the Rabbits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rabbits.
Whoever has not decided to discontinue that jersey needs to be fucking
I also read
spanked.
something somewhere else that they actually had a couple of wins recently in that cursed jersey, and that maybe Rando has fucked up there. I don't know if that's true or not.
Oh, you're not banking Rando in?
Well, Rando can listen. He's a random stats guy, and sometimes he fucks it up. And I mean, listen, full respect and power to him. But some dribbler, and again, do I trust a dribbler who just fucking DMs us far too often? But he said that like maybe they won in the jersey in 2021, and then like I don't know.
Okay.
I'm prepared to believe Rando on this one though.
Yeah, I'm going to go with him.
Okay, Raiders, $1.34.
Raiders should win.
Doggies,
Surely.
Raiders have to win.
Surely
this one.
the Raiders
Fucking
win.
hell.
Like, they're fucking limping into the finals if they lose this. Jesus
Do you reckon
Christ.
there might be a bit of a bounce back from the Bulldogs?
I think it might be a bounce like the Raiders. I reckon Ricky's beat the fuck out of every single one of them.
You reckon the Bulldogs will bounce back?
No, I'm just trying. Like I'm being devil's advocate. I don't think the Raiders.
I think they got Mad Monday on the mind at Belmore. That's what I think.
Yep.
And we know they love Mad Monday.
Well, they love, mate.
Schooner glasses,
Just fucking
look out.
look out, schooner glasses. They won't be filled with beer, if you know what I mean.
Although Adam
They'll be
Elliott
filled
has
with
left
dicks.
as well.
Well, listen, I reckon there's probably a couple of well-endowed fellas still playing.
I'd imagine so.
Liam Knight comes to mind.
Yeah.
Oh, anything coming up, boys? We got the
Stream.
SEN.
Friday
Live
night.
stream, Friday night delight.
The original crew. Kempy joins us once more.
I'm back.
He's back again.
It's only a few weeks I was there, but I'm back
But
again.
you're back again.
Yeah.
right? It was a
But you
return.
are back again.
Yeah, 100%. That's
You
a
are
factual
back.
statement.
Technically, you are back.
Factual statement. I am back. The Beak will be joining the boys. Can't wait. Don't forget, Wednesday, 6 p.m, we're dropping Father's Day kit. And as usual, I'll go and fuck myself.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.